They start with organizing. I need to be better organized. So they start looking at their processes and their systems, and they start thinking, okay, what are the things that I can simplify? What are the things that I'm doing on repeat that I could perhaps automate? They look at getting more staff. They look at delegating to get things off their plate. But if you are working with this survival loop, it's unlikely that you will be comfortable delegating. So even when you've got staff, you still don't ask them to help with the stuff that you actually paid them to do. It's a loop. Some of the other things that you will try is looking at your schedule. Okay, can I start later? Can I finish earlier? Can I take some days off? Can I schedule breaks in my day? These are all the organizational things that you tend to do. You sit down and you time block in your calendar from 10 to 12. I'm going to specifically work on this thing. I'm going to put my phone on do not disturb. So I'm going to be really efficient, and I'm going to get all my work done in a smaller amount of time. Then they move into the optimizing camp. So this is optimizing you. You've optimized your business. You've organized all the things you can. And then you move into optimizing you. Instead of going to bed earlier and earlier, can I look at my sleep routine? Is there anything in my diet that I can improve to give me more energy? Can I start being more consistent with exercise, because I realize in all the busyness that I've actually let the exercise side of things slip a little bit? I'm going to book myself on a retreat, or I'm going to book myself onto some kind of little mini break. And in fact, I'm going to do that more often. I'm going to promise myself more mini breaks. Then you start to dabble in the nervous system regulation. Well, I realize that I've probably been operating in survival. So I'm going to start with more breath work, more meditation, more yoga. I'm going to go on more walks, those kinds of things. And you start to realize that the things that are supposed to be solutions, people saying to you, oh, you need to include more hobbies that bring you more joy. And you start to think, well, those things are actually costing me more time and energy, which are the two things that I am in desperate need of right now. You don't tend to be able to implement them as consistently as you want to. And then you get into a whole shame spiral about I should be doing better. I should be able to handle all of this. You can see the entanglements. And then you tend to get to well, how do I stop tying my money to my hours? How do I stop that transactional swapping of hours for pounds? How can I create some kind of passive income? How can I create some kind of scalable offer? If you're working one-to-one, you start thinking about, well, can I start working one-to-many so that I can help more people at the same time? So these are the questions, and these are the things that most women start dealing with when they realize that they're burned out in their business. It's kind of at this point where the thought of burning it all down starts to creep into your mind. But the problem is when you know that you're here in service, and particularly when you know that you are sitting on skills, wisdom, experience, information that changes people's lives, that you are supposed to get into the hands of more people, it makes it nigh on impossible for you to just burn it all down, sit at home and do nothing. It's just not in your nature. But what burnout is really asking you to do is to learn how to serve from a completely different place in order to collapse the entire loop that leads to burnout. The survival loop that's at the root of burnout. You need to find out what the body believes first. You need to find out what the body believes about things like receiving, about things like overflow. You logically think you want more clients and money, but if your body believes that more equals overwhelm, then your body is going to deflect the clients and money from you to protect you from that state of overwhelm. So you have to find out what the body believes first, because it's that belief that triggers the nervous system. Most people are regulating the nervous system after the event. but nobody's helping you find out why your nervous system was tripped in the first place. And it's the belief behind it that's driving all of those behaviors. It's driving the fact that you give people more than they paid for in your sessions. It's driving the fact that you are almost unable to say no. It's driving the fact that letting people down feels so horrendous, you would rather abandon yourself than do that. So if you find out these beliefs and rewrite them in the Akashic Records, then you start to identify all the thresholds that are happening multiple times a day, every day through all your normal daily experiences. You start to identify those thresholds as crossroads. Either I'm going to reinforce the loop that creates burnout, or this is an opportunity for me to rewrite it. And in that moment, once you've identified it, you can hold yourself with so much love, so much compassion, and walk yourself over that threshold. Choose yourself with love. And that is how you expand your capacity to be able to hold more.